Hi, this is Juliette Jade, and you're listening to the Australian Rock Show.
Hey everyone, it is Dennis Gray and it is show number 71 of the Australian Rock Show. Thank you for taking the time to listen in. However you listen in, it is very much appreciated. Got a very special show lined up for this one which I've been trying to get happening for quite some time. And I'm talking about an interview with the talented French guitarist Juliette Jade. Since uploading her first video to YouTube, Juliette Jade, formerly Valduriez, has attracted a huge supporter base online with over 100,000 subscribers and indeed millions of fans viewing her clips. Her covers of Pink Floyd, The Beatles, Metallica, Jimi Hendrix and Ozzy, amongst others, have been widely acclaimed, helping to launch the career of this gifted guitar player. After an extended break, Juliette reappeared late last year with the release of her debut album, Terrarium. And it was my great honour to get Juliette on the phone a couple of days back and conduct what was her very first interview. But before we hear that, let's get in the mood by cranking something from her album. Here is Juliette Jade with the song Helicopter. Juliette, it's wonderful to talk with you. Welcome to the Australian Rock Show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Firstly, I know that there are many people who are interested in learning more about you, so thank you very much for taking time to chat with me.
You're welcome.
Now, I must start this interview by congratulating you on the release of Terrarium, your debut album, which was released late last year. It's a very impressive debut. How do you feel to have finally released an album's worth of your original songs?
I feel relieved. It was a very ambitious project since from composition to production, I did it all by myself in a do-it-yourself kind of way. I also feel relieved because people seem to like my work.
They do. Many people like your work. So from start to finish, how long did it take you to write and record the album?
Over 2 years.
So we'll look over the album later, but I do want to start by asking you about your amazing journey, which began 7 years ago. You uploaded your first video onto YouTube in 2010, which attracted a huge response online. You now currently have over 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Your videos have been viewed by millions. I can only imagine you were astonished by the response you received after uploading those first couple of videos.
Yes, it's been quite amazing. I didn't expect that. To me, uploading videos on YouTube was the best way to present my work as a guitarist and as a composer with Lost Paradise and the solos I wrote.
Okay. And then there was a long 4-year period commencing in 2012 where you seemingly vanished from the world of YouTube and social media. Many of your fans would like to know why you took such a long break.
Well, I didn't feel like doing more covers, and I needed to start on working on my own material, not only guitar solos on 2 well-known songs. Plus, I didn't want to be known as a YouTube phenomenon, but as a good musician, that's all.
Okay, let's go back a bit. An obvious question is, how did your love affair with the guitar begin and how old were you?
As a child, the music I listened to was centered on the guitar. I always loved the instrument itself, and I loved the fact that you can take it everywhere with you. I got my first little acoustic guitar when I was about 12, but in the beginning I only played a few chords by myself. I started learning seriously how to play when I was about 14, I guess.
So 12 years old was when you got your first guitar. So I have read comments describing you as a musical prodigy. Did you take guitar lessons as a child, or are you self-taught?
Well, that's a nice comment, but I consider myself very far from being a guitar prodigy. I've had a few teachers, but honestly, I mostly learned alone by playing over my CDs and with my books, videos, and with my metronome.
Okay. Are you from a musical family?
They are not musicians, although there were always music around. My mother listened to a lot of very cool stuff, I must say.
What kind of artists was she playing? What French artists?
French? Well, French artists, Serge Gainsbourg, Françoise Hardy, stuff like that.
Were you in any bands growing up?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. If you had to choose one or two of your guitar heroes, who would they be and why?
Can I choose three?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that would be Randy Rhoads, Zach Wilde, and James Williamson. That's because I love their sound and their energy. I love them.
What do you like about Randy Rhoads' style?
Oh, everything. Everything. I'm very moved by his playing.
Are there any French guitar players who influenced you?
No, not yet.
Okay, I note that there is a keyboard and also a bass guitar in a couple of your videos. I'm assuming you can play those instruments too, besides the guitar?
I play the keyboard, mostly in my own compositions, but rarely. In my music, I prefer working with synthesizers. And I do play the bass and also the drums. It's actually my favorite instrument to play besides the guitar.
Wow, okay, the drums.
Yeah, I wish I could practice more, but yeah, it's one of my favorite instruments.
Now, in your videos, you are playing mostly Gibson guitars, an SG, a Melody Maker, yet also a stunning-looking Parker Fly Deluxe. Do you have a personal favourite?
Well, I sold them all along the way. So my favorite guitar is the one I have left, and it's the 1962 Gibson Melody Maker. It's the one I play on my recent YouTube videos. It's also the only guitar used for the recording of Terrarium. I really love it. And I have I recently got a Fender that I really like.
Those Parker Flies are very light, aren't they? What do you look for in a guitar when you are buying one?
The lightness is definitely something I look forward in a guitar. I need to feel comfortable playing it, So
Sure.
Yeah. And about the Fender, it's one I really like because it has a short scale with 22 frets. So it's really comfortable and I don't make my fingers bleed anymore. So that's definitely a plus.
Okay, so with regards to your YouTube clips, why did you select those particular tracks to cover on guitar? For example, Pink Floyd, The Stones, Beatles, Hendrix, Ozzy, etc.
I guess it's because they inspired me. And they gave me the opportunity to present my guitar work in different ways.
So, one thing I learned from your YouTube videos is that you have a wide taste and good knowledge of music. Stuff like Hendrix and The Stones are obvious covers, but taking on songs by The Exploited, Motorhead and The Stooges, that to me shows that you have good taste in rock and roll.
Thank you.
Okay, so the one video of yours which has attracted the most attention is the cover of Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb. And I believe it is because in only 2 short minutes you managed to play with so much feel, putting your own touch to a very famous solo. And in some way, you make it your own. I'm sure even David Gilmour would appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I covered this solo with respect, but definitely in my own way, so I understand why some hardcore David Gilmour's fans hate it, but that's okay.
Juliette, let's look over the album, if we may. Where was Terrarium recorded? A home studio?
Yes, it was recorded at home.
All of the music, 11 songs, was composed and performed by yourself, which is an amazing achievement, and the reviews and comments online have mostly all been positive. A big endorsement right there that your hard work and effort in cutting an album has paid off.
Thank you. I'm very grateful for the support of the people who bought my album. If some of them are listening, I want to thank them again. And I want to thank you as well for the review you took the time to write about Terrarium. I really appreciated it.
I want to touch on the lyrics if I can. They're wonderful. Thought-provoking lyrics on Terrarium. Some dark and brooding, displayed on the song Killer. Yet the lyrical content overall is very poetic. And these are lyrics that weave themselves around your guitar work so well. Now, all lyrics were written by Caddy. Is that your songwriting partner?
Yes, Cathy is my lyricist. She wrote all the lyrics of the album, except for the lyrics of the song Room 7 that I wrote myself.
I do want to highlight a couple of these lyrics, if I may. Firstly, from the song Room 7. My limbs are attached, somehow they do not match. My heart is racing in the chest of another being. Amazing. Can you please explain what the song Room 7 is about?
There are several readings, I guess. I would rather prefer to let everyone free to find the meaning that the lyrics suggest to them.
Ashes of Light is another stunning tune with some cutting and powerful lyrics. Night arises in your eyes, ashes of light spread over my life as my heart falls apart endlessly. Wow, that's impressive stuff. Can you tell me the meaning of that particular song?
It's about the dawn of a tremendous sorrow. Everybody can relate to this song because sooner or later we will be confronted to the death of those we love. I think her lyrics are beautiful.
They are. They're very, very beautiful. So, yeah. Juliette, being a rock and roll guy, one of my favourite tracks on the album is the straightforward and infectious song Helicopter, one which contains some of your most potent guitar work, by the way. It's sung in French, so I am hoping you can give me the background to that song Helicopter, please.
It's the story of some surrealistic and apocalyptic journey on Earth and around. And it's a play on rhymes, a play on words.
I love it. One of my favourite tracks on the album. So having a record contract in today's modern age is not as crucial as in past years, but I would like to know if any record label have shown interest in you.
Not yet.
Okay. Your vocals on Helicopter, actually the whole album, are easy on the ear and very pleasant, at times a little haunting, but they suit the material on the album so well. Is singing something you've always done, or is it new to you?
Yeah, it's pretty new.
How would you judge your own voice? You have a good rock voice?
Well, I think it's good contrast with my guitar playing.
Agreed. They work very well together. Now, the song that initially got me interested in you online is one called Lost Paradise. It clocks in at under 2 minutes, but displays so much of your style and natural flair so well. Were there any plans to include Lost Paradise on the album?
Well, not really. But maybe in the future I will turn it into a real song. I don't know.
Please do. I think a lot of people would like to hear that in recorded form. Are you currently working on new material?
Yes, I am. I have lots of ideas, so...
Good. Personally, one aspect I really enjoyed about Terrarium is that it is not just 11 songs of loud guitar shred rock and roll. Yes, the shredding and stunning guitar work, that signature sound of yours, is indeed all throughout the album, but that is only one component. And to be honest, I think many people who also bought this album would have discovered that very fact as well and are enjoying Terrarium just as much as I am. So again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Juliette, we should wind this interview up. What are your plans for the remainder of 2017? Are there any live shows planned?
Well, not yet. I will do my best to find a record label to work with. Fortunately, it's the only way to produce a decently recorded album, to promote it, and then to go on tour, to give live shows.
Okay, so if people wish to buy your album and also contact you, julietjade.bandcamp.com, is that the best place they should visit?
Yes.
Good. Before you go, I want to say congratulations once again on releasing your album, and I sincerely hope that your career in music continues to grow. Your unique style of guitar playing, the flair, feel and emotion you have creates a sound which is truly all your own. You've managed to captivate and generate much excitement among guitar players and music fans the world over. So please continue to do what you do because it provides many of us with much enjoyment.
Thank you for your kind words, for your support and for inviting me to do this interview.
Well, I do hope you all enjoyed that interview with Juliette Jade. As I said at the start of this show, she has gained an enormous amount of followers via her YouTube videos. But there is so much more to this wonderfully gifted musician than that of just a YouTube star. If you've liked what you've seen of Juliette online or you've liked what you've heard on this show, I encourage you all to visit julietjade.bandcamp.com and buy her album Terrarium. Trust me, folks, you will not be disappointed. As I mentioned in this interview, I believe that this girl has a unique style of guitar playing, a flair, feel and emotion which creates a sound that is all her own. So again, julietjade.bandcamp.com. Help support an artist who has a great future ahead of her. Okay, folks, let's get out of here. AustralianRockShow@gmail.com. That is how you can reach us. But if you are a first-time listener and liked this show, or are a long-time Australian Rock Show listener, why not call in and leave us a message on the comment line, 047 845 0747. The comment line is a 24/7 setup, so any time of the day, feel free to call in and you can hear yourself on an upcoming show. Again, the comment line is 047 845 0747. And if you are listening in from outside of Australia, the number is +61 47 845 0747. You can find us on Facebook, like us, share us, you know the drill. AustralianRockShow@gmail.com is our online home. All the past episodes are there for you to download or stream FREE. How cool is that? We are also on Twitter @AusRockShow, AUS Rock Show. There's also a guest book, which we've set up for you to use as well. Folks, many ways to contact us. If you want to hear us, you can subscribe via iTunes. You can also hear us on Stitcher, TuneIn, and also Mixcloud. AustralianRockShow.com is probably the best place to learn more about us, and indeed Australia's loudest and proudest rock and roll podcast. Oh, and if you are listening in via iTunes, please take time out to leave us a show review. It improves our ranking and helps others to find us. Thank you once again for listening in, folks. We'll see you on the next show, which will not be too far away. Let's close out with another track from Juliette Jade, lifted from her debut album Terrarium. Let's close out with Juliette Jade and the track Frozen Time. This is Dennis, out.